Hello everyone. Let's talk about Porter Governor today. The Porter Governor is nothing but a modification of the Watt Governor, and it has a central load attached to the sleeve as shown in this figure. So in Watt Governor, this central load was missing. In Porter Governor, this is over here. This is additional thing which makes it different from Porter Governor. The load moves up and down the central spindle. So and the load can also move up and down along with the sleeve. This additional downward force increases the speed of revolution required to enable the balls to rise at any predetermined level. Okay. Now, so this is the typical diagram of Porter Governor, and this is a line diagram. But we are going to use another line diagram for this to understand how the governing equation is derived in this. So let's come to this slide. Okay. So this is the typical diagram, line diagram for Porter Governor. This is the weight, central weight. Now this weight has mass m. Okay, and these small fly balls has mass small m. All right. Now, in this method of derivation, we are using instantaneous. This method is instantaneous center method. So we have found out the instantaneous center of this link PR, and it comes out at I13. That is at point Q. Okay. So entire we will be taking moments about this point Q. That is the instantaneous center of this lower arm. All right. Now, this angle is theta, and also this angle is also theta. That is this weight mg of flyball. Flyball, it is acting in downward direction. The centrifugal force, that is mr omega square, is acting in this direction. Right now, uh, this the third force, that is weight of sleeve, is acting in this direction, and also there will be friction acting. So it is taken as plus minus f. So when the sleeve moves down, the friction will be acting in opposite direction. So negative sign will come when the sleeve moves down. Okay, and when the sleeve moves up, the frictional force will be acting in downward direction. So at that time, we will add the value of this frictional force. Okay, now for this derivation purpose, we will use only one half of the governor, one half of the diagram. So that's why we have taken at this end, this half, this entire downward force will be mg plus minus f divided by 2. So there are three forces. One is this mr omega square, another one is this mg. Okay, and the third one is this capital M multiplied by g plus minus f by 2. So now taking moment about I13, that is about this point Q. What will be the forces? So this one force, that is mr omega square. This is multiplied by this perpendicular distance. Okay, so this will be the line of force. Let me draw and show you. This would be the line of force, and distance of this uh, force line from this perpendicular distance from this force of this point. So it will be nothing but this distance, and this distance is a. Okay, so this is what is written over here: force multiplied by distance. Okay, so mr omega square multiplied by distance a, this would be equals to mg multiplied by c. Where is mg? Over here. Mg is over here. Okay, this is acting downward, and its line of action is this, and perpendicular distance of this mg force from this point Q. So this is nothing but c. Okay, this distance, this is c. So mg multiplied by c plus again this force, this entire force. So its line of action is something like this, and its distance, perpendicular distance from Q, is C plus B. So this is what is written over here, C plus B. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So now this A comes to the RHS. and we see that this becomes mr omega square is equals to c by a multiplied by mg plus minus f by 2, and this a is taken inside the bracket and it becomes c by a plus b by a. Now this c by a, look at this triangle carefully. Okay, this triangle PQS, the C by A is nothing but tan theta. Okay, so we have written tan theta over here in place of this C by A, and this B by A. What will happen to this B by A? Look at this triangle PSR. Okay, in this case, this tan beta is equals to B by A. All right. Also, one thing I forgot to mention that this upper arm rests at the spindle. Okay, and this lower arm is a little bit offset from spindle. All right, and this angle is theta, and this angle is beta. Okay, so since this angle is beta, this is beta, and this angle is theta, this will be also equal to theta. Okay, fine. So we got tan theta and tan beta in the equation. Now taking common tan theta, we get mg plus this mg plus minus f by 2, and within this bracket 1 upon tan beta plus tan theta. Now this value tan beta plus tan theta is written as k. Okay, this small k. In some books it is written as q, so don't get confused. It is just another term which is used. So this on LHS m r omega square. Now this uh, tan theta. The tan theta, look at this triangle NPO. Okay, this triangle, in this triangle NPO, this is height h, right? Why this is height h? Because this plane is of ball rotation and its height till the uh, maximum position at which the arms meet the spindle. All right, so this is height h, and this is radius r. So in this triangle tan theta would be r upon h. Okay, so that tan theta is replaced by this r by h, and hence in LHS we had mr omega square. So this r and this r gets cancelled, and uh, hence we get this equation omega square is equals to 1 upon mh. The m over here came in the RHS. This is small m, okay, mass of flywall. So m h, and within bracket that entire thing from the previous equation. Okay, if you want to determine this value of speed, then you can use this equation. And if you want to determine the value of h, so this h and omega can be cross multiplied, and you can use this equation. So ultimately, this is the equation which we are using. Now, let's assume that both the arms are of equal length and pivoted at same distance from the axis. Means these arms, that is this Pn and Pr, are of equal length, and this upper arm is also have some eccentricity. That is, the arms do not rest on the spindle, but there is some eccentricity. Okay, so in that case, what will happen? The value of this theta and beta would be equal. Okay, so once these two become equal, the value of k will be 1. Why? Because tan theta, tan beta, both these values are equal. So this will become 1. Okay. And uh, the second thing which you are assuming is that the friction is 0. So what will happen to this equation? When the friction is 0, so this will become mg by 2. Okay. And in this bracket, the value of k is also equal to 1. So this 1 plus 1 becomes 2. So that 2 and this 2 gets cancelled. Okay, so we arrive to this equation that h is equals to 1 by m omega square, and within bracket mg plus capital Mg by 2 multiplied by 2. Okay, so we will come to this equation that h is equals to 1 by m omega square mg plus mg. Now again this g is taken common and it becomes g by omega square uh, mg plus m upon m. This m is taken inside. Okay. Now since the value of friction is 0, so now it becomes compared to Watt governor. See, in Watt governor, we already took friction. We already took various masses as negligible compared to the mass of the fly ball. Okay, so in this equation, we have only difference is that the factor m plus m by small m comes into the picture. So this extra thing comes in this equation. What was the equation for Watt governor? It was simply this: H is equals to G by omega square. But in case of Porter governor, we get this additional term. All right. Now, in case of Watt governor, the height of governor is independent of mass of balls, while Porter governor has a relation between height of governor and mass of balls. So, height, if you want to determine the height, the mass of balls are also to be considered in case of Porter governor. All right. Now, second, in case of Watt governor, the difference in sleeve positions at higher speeds is marginal. That is very small. Okay. So the position of sleeve was not moving very much when the governor was running at higher speed. Okay. While in case of Porter governor, the difference between sleep positions at a higher speed is magnified by the factor m plus capital M by m. Okay, so this extra factor is added uh, when in all the in case of Porter governor. Okay, one another term which is called as range of governor. So range of governor is nothing but maximum speed of governor minus the minimum speed. So when will be maximum speed? That is when the height of the governor is least. Okay, why? Because at higher speeds, the balls will rise further up and the height will reduce. So, higher the speed, less will be the height of the governor. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you how this governing equation is derived in case of a Porter governor. Okay, so in some books you will find this equation for n, that is speed. So it is very similar to this equation which we derived. So you can use any of the equations. All right. So let's end the session over here. Thank you, everyone.